Hey everybody, it's Sean from GoPart.com. We're here today working on a 1995 Nissan Altima. We're going to be showing you how to take off the interior door panel. It's a fairly easy procedure, but it is important if you want to change your interior or exterior door handles, your side mirror because the wiring harness is actually down behind the panel, the window regulator, the window motor, all those things are housed inside the door panel, so we have to remove the interior panel. Not very difficult procedure. It does take just a few minutes though. We'll walk you through the steps. Tools you're going to need is a flat blade screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver. And that'll be all we need to get the door panel off. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to remove the door panel, what you gotta do is there's a small little screw cover inside the pull cup. And use a little flat blade screwdriver to pry and remove that. And there is a Phillips screw in there. Okay. Staying with the flat blade screwdriver, we want to go ahead and pry and remove our interior door handle bezel. There's a little space just below the handle to kind of grab onto it. You'll be careful not to scratch it. Try and remove that, and of course there's a Phillips screw behind there, but that's not for the door panel. Okay, so with that bezel removed, we're going to pry and remove. There's a small, like a push pin, sort of a retaining pin. You pry and remove that. Okay, now you're going to have some Phillips screws. You're going to have 3 along the bottom here that we're going to have to loosen and remove. Okay, so we loosen and remove the Phillips screw inside the pull cup here. And the screw will come out with it, so we got that off. Then we'll loosen and remove the 3 screws that line the bottom of the panel. The edge on the back side of the door panel. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pull and we're going to separate it from the door frame. Those should pop free as we pull it, just like that. So now that we got that separated, we want to lift it, and then on the back, you're going to want to disconnect the wiring harness, which I'll show you in a second, from the back side of from the underside of the power window switch here. See if I can get you a good shot of it. This first, it's going to be easier. Alright, finally we were able to get it off. What I was missing was there's a little tab on the back here, so you really want to depress that tab while you squeeze those, and off comes the power window switch. Now our panel is free from the vehicle here. You can see you got, excuse me, your retaining tabs, these little clips. Anytime you lose one of them from the door, you just want to pull it out of the door, put it right back in. We'll need that for reattaching it. Okay, now that we're ready to put the door panel back on, what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and reattach the speaker here. That was held on by the 4 10mm bolts, so we'll reattach those. Now that we have the speaker reattached, it's time to go ahead and reattach the water shield. You want to feed the wiring harness through it. And usually the adhesive that's on it will work good enough. And then we'll move to reattaching the door panel. So we want to reattach our mounting bracket. You want to get your water shield lined up. You don't really want to have to make new holes for it. If you do, it's not that big of a deal, but these water shields you want to try and keep intact as much as possible. Now we'll go ahead and put the panel back in place. So go ahead and feed the wiring harness through. And we're going to sit the panel up and over the lip on top of the door frame. Took me a little bit to get it over the lip. There's a small lip on the back of the panel like you saw. You got to kind of get it over, and it can be a little bit tricky to kind of negotiate the brace in there, but once you have it in place, we can go ahead and start reattaching everything. We have our little mounting pin, goes in right there. Our door pull cup. We're going to tighten the Phillips screw inside there. screw cover back there. Reattach our bezel for the interior door handle. Snaps right into place. We have our 3 Phillips screws along the bottom. First, we'll go ahead and get our power window switch back in place here. We'll go ahead and reconnect the power window switch, snap that into place, tighten the Phillips screws, and we're all set.